Now we come to the second aspect of the equilibrium constant, its application, that is to predict the direction of the reaction. Okay. Now, one important thing, the most important point about the equilibrium constant that we made in the beginning was that the concentrations that you use while calculating it should involve the equilibrium concentrations. Okay, after it has settled down in the steady state, not while it is changing. Okay, not when it is dynamic. Now, what happens? We define another thing called reaction quotient. Reaction quotient. Okay, denoted by Q as C to the power C into D to the power D upon A to the power A into B to the power B for this. Now what happens? This looks like Kc, but it is not. Why? Because the concentrations that I am using here is anything except the equilibrium. Understand? The concentrations, they look the same. So that's why I feel for equilibrium constant we should have been writing this, but somehow the books do not follow that convention. But we should write this, that they are equilibrium concentrations, to distinguish it from the transient concentrations, the varying concentrations. What? The reaction is like that. I have just sampled somewhere in between and have tried to calculate this. Okay. So the concentrations are not the equilibrium concentrations. And hence Q, okay, and hence it should not be confused. It should not be confused with Kc. It is not that it cannot be, okay, there is no restriction, but let us try to understand. Now suddenly while things are changing, suddenly suppose I have the power to sample, okay, I can take out some gas from there and I can sample out how much of what is there and I can find out the concentration. Let us say I have such an instrument, and these instruments are available. It's no hypothesis, okay. So what happens? What if you find that Q is less than Kc? Suppose you have sampled it and you find that Q value, that means by using these concentrations at that point, you see that it is less than Kc. Then what happens? Is it? No. We have still not reached equilibrium, and I get a value of Q which is less than Kc, then what do you think should happen? Because ultimately I know it has to reach this, and to reach this, that means somehow this thing is less than, I should not say less than that, this thing has still not reached the, that means I predict this, that this is going to increase. Why? Because this has to tend to this after some time in the steady state. So at the point when you sampled the things, the reactants and the products, from there it will move in the forward direction. Get the point? From there it will move in the forward direction. Or suddenly you sampled and you get Qs greater than Kc, then you know that the products are going to decrease and the reactant is going to increase. And hence you know with full confidence that it will, from the point when you sampled, it will move in the reverse direction, okay, and settle at the value where Q becomes Kc. And if you sample it out and you find out the Q is equal to Kc, then you are actually at the equilibrium and nothing is going to happen.
With Q, we can only predict the direction and not the extent.
Direction, yes, but then you know that you have to wait, no, or what has happened.
But not the extent.
Extent,
With only
Kc is steady, because for that reaction you already know Kc. Until and unless you know Kc, how do you know whether it is going to be in the forward or the reverse direction? For that reaction you know Kc. If you know Kc, you know the extent. The first thing that we did. Get the point? Okay? So this is what should be understood. So we say that if Q is less than Kc, the first thing, if Q is less than Kc, then the reaction will move in the forward direction. As that would help increase the product concentration and reduce the reactant concentration. Okay? If Q is greater than Kc, then the reaction will move in the reverse direction. And correct? You can graphically understand it like this. This is Kc and the reaction is trying to reach this value of Kc at a given temperature, of course, right? Okay, so these are the Kc values. Now suddenly you have sampled somewhere, okay, you have sampled somewhere and you find the Kc to be less than this. This is the Q to be less. So it will try to reach Kc, right? is it not? This will try to reach Kc and become something like this. This is Q less than Kc. No, this is Q equal to Kc, and this is Q greater than Kc. So they all tend to try to become this, and this tends to becomes this. One is a forward, another is a reverse reaction, right?